Arthur feels at home on the Little Western. He had his own part of the line where it was usually silent and had the smell of fish. One day, however, the trucks were very bored. They didn't know what to do until one had a plan.
Hey fellas, want to bump some engines?
The trucks laughed as they then proceeded to bump Arthur hard. Hey, stop! Arthur cried before his bogey truck was thrown off the rails. Arthur felt miserable. He was rather embarrassed by the fact that the trucks threw him off the rails before he could even start. Soon enough, Douglas came to Arthur's help. He was fitted back on the rails, but not without shame. Later that day, Arthur was explaining to Duck what had happened to him. He was speaking rather loudly, and other engines could possibly hear, which includes Henry.
Did I hear correctly, Arthur?
How would I know if you heard well or not?
Well, if I did hear correctly, what accident did you have?
The trucks bumped me hard, you see, and, well, so hard, my bogey went off the rails.
Ah, you see, Arthur, I don't have trouble with trucks or fish. I guess that you red engines don't understand trucks. Isn't that right, James?
Shut up, Henry.
Henry, stop being so rude.
Yeah, whatever, Arthur. Why should I listen to you? You can't even handle trucks.
And Henry ran away cackling to himself.
And that's why you don't tell those things to engines like Henry.
I've learned it the hard way. Duck saw Arthur as a very nice engine, and he was very insulted by Henry's remarks. So he started to make a plan. That night, the flying kipper was due. The fish train was rather heavy, so Duck was needed and waited at Wellsworth Station.
That will teach him a lesson,
Duck smiled. Then came Henry.
Giving me a push. That's why I'm here, Henry.
So Duck came behind Henry, but rather roughly. As Henry started to go up the hill, he started to receive some bumps. He didn't understand at all, and he didn't know that Duck was doing it. But he didn't know something neither. He was pushing Henry too much and started to go faster and faster. The weight of the trucks was too much, so Henry couldn't stop. Up ahead was a sign that said to slow down, but unfortunately, Henry couldn't. Duck catched up behind and saw the damage he had caused.
I'm sorry, Henry. I didn't mean to push you that much. So you're the one who pushed me.
Henry was going to complain more when Arthur then came.
What are you doing here?
The crossing gates were stuck, so I had to stay on the other side. What's going on here?
I tried to bump Henry to make it seem like he didn't understand trucks. I would tell this to the others and show him a lesson.
Well, Duck, I bet there isn't evidence of you pushing Henry, so maybe your plan can still work. That morning, Henry was put back on the rails and sent to the works. Meanwhile, Duck and Arthur were enjoying themselves without Henry. They told all the others what had happened, and they all laughed, ready for Henry to come back. When Henry was back, the others made jokes and indeed laughed.
An engine like Henry, still not understanding trucks. What a joke.
Come on, Gordon. You're putting too much pressure into an engine who's only 3.
But Boko, you don't even have a number.
I do. 5702.
An engine as old as me would never have an accident so silly.